Hey YouTube, I'm Kenneth Ryan.
I'm Lindsay Resop.
And we're back with another exciting episode of Fanfiction Friday where we are reading what?
Not Cute by... One sec. Oh, I clicked the thing.
I clicked the thing.
Back.
Professionals.
Back.
Professionals.
By Hobo Shorts.
Oh. Not Cute by Hobo Shorts. Yes, okay. Well, we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. This is a Momo and Nitori pairing from Free Iwatobi Swim Club.
Finally back to this.
So yes,
after I first.
We're back. It feels
Full
like
circle.
we never left.
What's that one quote? The circle of idiocy is complete or whatever.
Sure. Anywho, we're going to read. I will be Momo.
Really?
I like Momo.
But I like Momo better.
I like Momo more than I like Nitori.
I don't like being the... No.
You will be Nitori.
But you know when he talks like
yes. So, yes,
okay.
I know. Alright, so I'm going to be Momo.
I'll be Nitori.
And she's going to be Nitori. And we are going to start. So, who reads?
Momo.
Yay, I get to start. Okay.
What are you doing?
Okay, whatever. What voice should I give Momo?
I just want to talk normal, so I'm just going to talk normal, bro.
What the hell is this? Ooh, puberty. That tearful voice was all too familiar to Nitori, Momo's voice carrying throughout the halls. The Samezuka Academy Cultural Festival had come around again, and, as was tradition, the swimming club was holding their Maid Cafe in classroom 4A. They'd gotten the tables all set up earlier in the day, and the coffee and tea ready to be served, along with some pastries they'd bought. A couple of the boys, including Nitori himself, made a few of the delicacies that would be offered. And, as was also tradition, the first and second years had to dress up in the maid uniforms. Nitori still had his outfit from last year and was dutifully brushing the wrinkles out of his frilly apron, bearing it better than the year prior. Momo, naturally, was having a harder time of it. The curtain, which made the boys' impromptu changing area in the back of the classroom, swished open, and Momo stood there, shaking like he was about to blow up like a volcano. He was dressed up in all the frills and lace like Nitori, but had a pair of stockings with bows on the top as well. His longer hair was pinned back with another bow, and tears were forming in his golden eyes, snot running from his nose. Why do I have to be a girl?
Oh.
He cried out. I want to wear the butler outfit. You can be Rin, so you can have something to say.
I don't know.
Shark tooth. Jaws 3D.
Momo, you're too loud, complained Rin. Rin, who was looking very smug in his less embarrassing attire. He had a vest that was cut to his body. Sosuke was beside him in a top and tails outfit, pulling on his white gloves. We all had to go through it, you know. It's a time-honored tradition. Yeah.
I bet you didn't say that last year when you had to wear girls' clothing, Rin-senpai. Momo stated ruefully under his breath. At least you look girly and have a girly name. The redhead immediately regretted it when Rin pulled his arm around his throat and ground his knuckles into Momo's head. Nitori waved his hands.
Oh, no, wait, you did your hair.
Trying to distract Rin from killing their kohai. Kohai.
Let's just try to get along, alright? We have to stay strong, right? Doing the Maid Cafe proves that the swimming club will do whatever it takes to win. Momo looked up from where Rin still had him in a chokehold. He hadn't noticed Nitori-senpai up until that point, but now that he did, he couldn't stop staring. Nitori was dressed up just like he was, but the way the skirt bounced playfully around his smaller hips and his delicate frame made it almost seem like he really was a girl. Momo's heart skipped about, and he squirmed free of Rin's hold so he could get up close to Nitori and look him over thoroughly. Momo, what are you staring at? You're freaking me out, Nitori said, feeling a bit exposed.
Nitori-senpai is... cute /
That means they tried to italicize it, but it didn't work.
is cute. Momo said and fell to the floor, hugging around Nitori's knees. Nitori-senpai, show me how to be cute, please.
I thought you didn't want to be a girl. But Momo, Nitori yelped, flailing a little and trying to get his senpais to help wrench the first year off of him. Momo's cheek was rubbing against his knee distractingly, and it was making Nitori feel strangely. Help! Rin-senpai! Sosuke-kun!
Oh my god.
Ha! I'm thirsty. Let's get a cola before we open up, eh? Rin said, already several feet away from the duo. Want to be Sosuke?
Yes,
This is like
of
his
course.
only line, besides like the end.
Sounds good. Sosuke agreed, hands in his pockets. Nitori's face fell at that, Momo still clinging to him and purring about how cute Nitori was and how he looked just like a girl.
That's so rude.
You're just very feminine.
What? Don't leave me alone with this weirdo! Senpais!
Weirdo! Momo cried. You're mean. I'm not cute at all. That's so mean, Ai-chan.
Ai-chan? Don't call me that! Save me, Rin-senpai!
He's the perfect sweet.
He's so perfect, sweet man.
Why aren't you reading?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Momo wore a bright red handprint for the rest of the festival. He sniffled constantly, but did his best to help run the cafe until the end of the day. The first and second years also had to clean up everything, and Momo and Nitori had lost at rock, paper, scissors, meaning they were the ones who ended up having to do it all. They were still dressed in their maid costumes, sweeping and putting away all the silverware and teacups.
You didn't have to hit me that hard, Nitori-senpai, Momo blubbered.
You needed to come to your senses, Nitori said firmly, but he felt badly all the same. Momo was just enthusiastic. He didn't know when to quit. It was a good thing for swimming, and a bad thing for everything else in life. Nitori worried about his kohai sometimes, but there was little he could do. Momo was how he was.
Momo just has a raging boner for you.
Yes.
It's not my fault you look so cute, Momo complained. Oh. I catcalled you because you were beautiful. Momo, why you gotta
He's not catcalling.
Why you being problematic,
He's just telling
Momo?
you he's cute.
I know. Making Nitori blush and grumble again about
Momo's
Momo
not
being a
problematic.
pervert. The redhead smiled brightly, pressing onward. I really mean it. Your skin is so fair and
Oh, God.
you're so delicate looking. That maid
Don't make
costume
it creepy.
suits
He's
you
not
perfectly.
creepy.
But I'm making it creepy for you.
I don't care all that much, but
Nitori sighed long
Messed up
and
my hair,
low,
though.
much like his penis, catching his reflection in the windows
That's
of the
not in the
classroom. A silver-haired girl looked back at him, all thin and breakable. What the fuck? Nitori looked away sullenly.
he's like, even I can admit I look like a chick. Of course it does. I'm the smallest on the team, he mumbled. I don't have much muscle. It's a wonder I can even keep up. Momo froze, listening to the words.
Nitori-senpai, I'm sorry.
Don't, Mikoshiba, Nitori said, voice firm. Just don't. Momo shut his mouth for once and continued cleaning. All the while, he thought about it. These are thoughts, so I'm just gonna read them anyways. Nitori-senpai, he worked so hard for all our sakes. He deserves to be taken care of, too. I shouldn't have said those weird things to him. I like him, Momo thought to himself. He wondered how he could make it up to Senpai, how he could make Nitori feel better, more in charge. The idea struck him when they'd finished cleaning and were back in their usual uniforms. Momo looked around. Nitori was finishing packing up what desserts were left. Quickly, he snuck the package under his sweater and zipped it up, slouching so the bulge wouldn't be so apparent. They left soon after. They didn't talk, even when they got into the dorm. They turned the lights out and went to sleep in silence. The next day, Nitori saw very little of Momo. The redhead had gotten up earlier than him, for once, and was already out of the dorm. Momo didn't come to swim practice that afternoon, and it worried Nitori. Maybe what I said upset him, Nitori thought aloud, stomach churning a little. He's the type of guy to take something like that to heart. Nitori excused himself from practice early, telling Rin he had a cramp in his leg that needed taken care of. He hurried back to the dorms, still smelling slightly of chlorine despite his shower. Momo! Momo, are you here? When Nitori flipped on the light to their room, he was shocked by the sight in front of him. Momo was there, on his knees waiting. And even more surprising, he was dressed in the maid outfit from the day before, with his lips all shiny with pink gloss and blush brushed over his cheeks. He looked up shyly at Nitori, and his voice was soft when he spoke.
Welcome home, master.
That was my name in that game yesterday.
Momo greeted,
Anyways.
bowing his head low to Nitori. Tanned neck exposed.
Master.
Nitori's heart thumped loudly in his chest for a minute before he spoke.
Echoey. You still look like a boy. He pointed out with a frown.
Momo complained, breaking character. Senpai, you're cruel. And after I went through all this effort to get your forgiveness, I even wore girls' underwear. Did you know how embarrassing it was asking Go for advice? She slapped my other cheek. See, it left a mark. I worked so hard, I even shaved every part so that it would be authentic. Nitori's face was crimson as he swooped down to Momo's level and pressed both hands over his mouth to stop him from yelling out all those embarrassing things.
He's just so genuine.
Momo's voice was muffled, and he scowled at Nitori a little when the older boy began to laugh a little at his kohai's antics.
Oh, you idiot. Momo, it's okay, Nitori said, shaking his head. I know you didn't mean to hurt my feelings yesterday. It's okay, he repeated. Momo's eyes went large and wide, and then they teared up, a muffled senpai crossing his lips. Nitori let the younger boy embrace him then, stroking Momo's hair and shushing him when he apologized profusely again. All that lace and warmth brushing against Nitori's body made his heart jump again.
Oh my god.
Momo's constant rubbing against him was doing unspeakable things to Nitori, and any minute now the first year would feel it.
Oh god. Oh no, I'm gonna hide.
Nitori said, touching his kohai's chin and lifting it slightly. Momo blinked at Nitori innocently.
Senpai, you have a scary look in your eyes, he commented, but didn't move away.
My bitch, no. I was wondering, if you really wanted to make me feel better about how I look, make me feel more like a man, if you do something for me. You will, won't you, Momo? Please? Nitori urged, and Momo was felled instantly by the earnest look in Nitori's eyes.
So cute, Momo said, entranced. Yes, senpai. Anything. Wah! Hold on. Wah!
Luigi.
Momo cried out. He was flat on his back on Nitori's bunk, having been tossed there by his senpai.
Oh,
he
Nitori.
bit at his knuckles, trying to keep from making a sound as Nitori kissed his way up between his spread thighs. He wanted to make it up to his senpai, but this was too much. However, it felt really good also, Momo's body burning up. He was getting hard as Nitori sat up again, getting his arm under Makoto? Freudian slip. Under Momo's skirt.
God, Nitori topping Makoto.
That's a crack pic if I've ever heard one.
I'll find one where it's like bar Nitori.
Under
You know,
his
it's not even a good
under
term,
Momo's
it's
skirt
really,
and playfully
really,
snapping
really
at his garters.
Buff,
Snap.
Buff Nitori.
Ugh.
That one picture I sent.
He's so
You look so
perfect,
cute,
sweetheart.
Momo-chan.
I do.
Momo-chan! Nitori growled softly, making Momo shiver all over. Nitori seemed different like this, with his shirt off and his eyes all fierce. There was no mistaking him for a girl now.
Oh my god. Nitori senpai. What the fuck is a wibble?
What?
Momo wibbled.
I don't know.
I don't know how. Okay. Not sure
Wibble?
whether to be scared or not. His dick was tenting up
Scared?
in the front of his skirt, letting its opinion be known clearly on the matter. Nom, 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 nom.
Call me
Tempting.
I, Momo-chan.
Ay, ay, ay!
Nitori urged, undoing the big ribbon that made up Momo's top. He plucked the buttons free, exposing Momo's chest through the gap. Look, your nipples are all hard for me already. You want it that bad, don't you?
I'm sorry. That's not sexy. I feel like if someone's like, your nipples are hard for me, I'm like, yeah. That's weird, though.
Some people find it attractive. I don't know.
That's... Momo's denial was cut off as Nitori's fingers plucked
He
at
might
his
have
nipples,
like a humiliation kink or something. I
rubbing
don't
them
know.
raw and making them tighten even more. Momo's
Purple.
icky cookie. We need to read an icky cookie
Titty
fic.
twister.
We need to read an icky cooking
No.
fic. I'm telling you.
No.
Momo's hips thrust aimlessly into the air as Nitori's mouth suckled at him. The older boy didn't stop until Momo's nipples were straight up and glistening, red from all the attention paid to them. Momo panted, twisting his torso, trying to get Nitori to touch them more as the older boy backed away to admire his work.
Look at you, pushing out your pretty tits like that. You're such a naughty girl, Momo-chan. Nitori said he was blushing too, but he felt so powerful, making boyish Momo squirm for him in that pretty outfit. He couldn't stop himself. Pull your skirt up. Show your master how wet you are.
Ah! Master King.
That one dating sim game yesterday. I named myself Master.
Momo whimpered, looking for a moment like he might ask Nitori to stop. But then his hands shakily went to bunch up the skirt, pulling it upward and exposing himself. Momo's thighs were just as tan as the rest of him, and smooth all over as he promised earlier. He was also wearing actual panties, the silky red material barely holding back his hard cock. The lump in his panties twitched under Nitori's gaze, spilling out another wad of pre-cum, dampening the fabric further.
Wow. You're already so wet you're soaking through your panties, Nitori said, making Momo blush and shake his head in denial. Don't lie to me. See? It's already this wet. Nitori squeezed Momo's cock through the silk, making the boy cry out until he realized he needed to keep his voice down. It was early in the morning, but who knew when the other boys would come back in their dorms, would be back in their dorms. Nitori continued to stroke until his fingers were wet with the juices being squeezed through the fabric. He brought them to Momo's lips, red with gloss and wet with saliva from Nitori's firm kisses from earlier. See? Taste. Nitori commanded, though he didn't really need to. Momo was sucking his fingers into his mouth urgently, muffling his eager noises.
Ai-sama, please, Momo begged, looking up at Nitori through damp eyelashes. Momo-chan needs to come. Please. Momo's so wet. Something about that interaction is really gross to me. Nitori's eyes.
You don't like the feminization aspect?
Momo wasn't playing around. He was seriously at his limit. Nitori's hands were on him instantly, tearing the silk away from his hips and making Momo cry out as his cock bounced free. It's a joke! Double entendre.
Momo, what a good girl you are for me. Nitori sucked at a thigh, making a mark there. Momo shuddered, hand creeping to touch himself. Nitori saw this and laughed a little, Momo stopping in shame. You're such a slutty little Momo-chan. Nitori's arms were stronger than they seemed, and Momo found himself being flipped over, skirt sliding up, and exposing his butt to his senpai.
Oh, no.
He immediately tried to pull it down, but Nitori didn't let him, grabbing Momo's hips and pulling them back and up, nice and high. You're just like a peach here.
Ah!
Nitori purred, spreading that smooth split of Momo's ass cheeks. Momo really did shave everywhere, and his hole was pink and clean. All sweet and ripe. I just want to eat you up. Peach.
Momo cried out in shock as Nitori buried his face in his kohai's ass. Nitori's tongue lapped rapidly and wetly at Momo's exposed hole, all the way down to his balls and back up again. This is... Edgar Allan Poe would be proud.
What?
To the balls and back again.
To the window.
Momo's ass was dripping with saliva. That is not sexy. Momo's gonna fart and it's gonna be Nitori spit.
Oh my god.
That's what they're getting at. It's dripping with saliva. By the time Nitori finally pushed a bit harder.
It's a lubrication. Okay?
With the point of his tongue against Momo's hole. It slipped in so easily and... Momo gasped into the pillow before clenching the fabric in his teeth and worrying at it to keep from crying out. Momo's hips naturally rocked back against Nitori's face, fucking himself on his senpai's tongue. He balanced precariously on his shoulder, and one hand reaching back between his legs. He stroked at himself, cock so hard and thick and sensitive. That was a sentence. Nitori's tongue plunged deep, and he hummed, and that was it for Momo. The redhead's body stiffened up as he shot his load up into the lacy skirt bunched up around his waist. Momo dropped to the mattress in exhaustion as Nitori pulled away to help himself to a glass of water from their small bathroom, gargling and spitting it out. He'd gotten up the energy to reach back and pull down his skirt over his exposed ass when Nitori's hand grasped his wrist tight, stopping him.
"Oh, Momo, did you think that was it?" he asked, smirking a little. Nitori's fly was open now, and Momo could see his cock, hard and pointed up to his navel. It was huge. And Momo's ass clenched tight.
Yeah.
He was never going to call Senpai girly again. This is you.
It's fine. No, this is fine.
Just moaning with it.
There's an N at the end of that.
I know.
Momo moaned loudly, using his hips to push back against Nitori's thrust. He wraggled them back and forth, begging with his body for more. At first, he thought it impossible for them to fit together, but with patience and a lot of lubricant, anything was possible, apparently.
Wait.
That is the sentence.
Where is it?
Anything is possible. And now that he had Nitori's thick cock in his ass, he wondered how he'd ever lived without this feeling. The slighter boy had his hand wrapped firmly around Momo's waist, pulling him back into strong motions and making the bunk shake with their enthusiastic coupling. Nitori's dick was thick and constantly rubbed at the sweet spot inside of Momo. The pillowcase was wet with drool as Momo sucked and bit at it to try to keep quiet. All the while, Nitori was whispering to him about how slutty he was, asking him how much he liked Nitori's cock, and whether he wanted Nitori to come inside of his slutty ass or he wanted Nitori to jerk off onto his back. Inside of me, inside out, on DVD now, Momo begged, clutching at the sheets with both hands. Please buy Inside Out.
Oh my god, shut up.
Product placement.
No. I hit a button again.
It's fine, we're professional.
Please. Okay. Momo-chan, you're so tight.
Nitori
moaned, burrowing his face into Momo's neck. How can I resist?
Well, first of all...
Nitori's hips snapped forward 4 times total. His hand worked over Momo's cock firmly, and Momo spilled easily over Nitori's fingers. As he sucked his own juices off Nitori's hand, the other boy shuddered to a halt inside of Momo's clenching ass. Momo could feel Nitori's balls jerking against his smooth skin as they shot their load inside of him. One and another, until he felt like he was dripping with Nitori's cum. Nitori finally pulled out, and Momo whimpered in embarrassment as his loosened hole dripped lube and cum down his thighs. It felt shameful and exciting all at once, but he was glad when Nitori returned with a damp cloth and began to clean him up. Momo, are you okay? Nitori asked, sounding more like himself again, instead of the crazy sex demon he'd been just moments ago. I think I overdid it. Momo wiped his mouth on his arm, taking a breath and shaking his head a little.
Wait. Oh. No. Momo-chan felt good, Ai-sama, he said demurely. Nitori blushed.
Ai-sama? And you can stop with all that Momo-chan and Ai-sama stuff, he said, embarrassed.
But it was turning you on, Momo said, flipping onto his back and grinning shamelessly up at his senpai. Right, master?
Momo, Nitori complained, face going redder. You say that, but you're the one who tried to apologize by dressing up like a maid.
You mean you didn't want to eat me like a peach before this? Momo asked, all innocence. Nitori burrowed his face into his hands, ears burning red.
Where am I? Blah, blah, blah.
Momo, please. It's right at the top.
You always just go like past it. I'm like, where did you end? Momo, please! He begged with tears in his eyes, pouting his lower lip at his kohai. He looked so soft around the edges again, like he had the other day when Momo first saw him in the maid outfit. Momo grinned, so tired and worn out and happy. He pulled Nitori down against him, kissing his senpai's full, pretty lips.
Hi-chan, you're really cute, you know, he purred. Momo earned another smack on the cheek for that, but this one was a lot lower.
And the other cheek, never mind.
And he didn't mind it as much. Awesome sauce, awesome sauce! Up the butt.
Oh.
It's Rin.
That's weird, Rin commented. Rin, we're missing one of the maid outfits.
Wasn't that the one Miko Shiba was wearing? Sosuke asked, glancing at the name on the hanger.
Man, there's something wrong with that guy. I heard such weird noises coming from his and Nitori's room the other night, and... Rin paused and looked at Sosuke, who looked back with an equally disturbed expression. I'm not sure which one of this is.
Let's not think about this anymore.
Agreed. The end.
The end. It's a better fic than my immortal.
Definitely.
Of course. He was all innocence. His butt was like a peach.
Because his name is Momo and Momo means speech.
Hey, we can actually review this fic because we have time.
We have time.
And it's not an hour-long finale.
By the microphone.
Well, kids, we're back. We're back
to doing good fics.
How long will that last? Let's find out.
Until Kenny finds another fic.
I already found one, but you don't want to read it.
We're not reading the one by the same author as the Red X Green thing.
But it was Red X Green was so good.
I mean, my love, she keeps me...
That is like that's become an inside joke for our damn friend group. Hey, letting you guys in on the joke.
He pulled out his Pokepod and listened to Same Love by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Okay, so story time, YouTube. I went out to breakfast with a friend of mine, and like, she sat down at the table, and I was just standing there, and I was just like, I'm gonna get over the death of the apparent death of my boyfriend by listening to The Same Love by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and I was dying, but she didn't get it, and I was like, you need to start watching the show. So shout out to everybody who's watched that episode. All 5 of you, I think. You're... I'm dying. It was good.
That fic is terrible.
This fic?
We had fun reading it, for the most part. After we got over being angry at the author. Anyways, back to the topic.
This fic was pretty good. This fic had a lot of screamy moments because the master daddy kink kind of makes me cringe a little, but it's fine. It would have been worse if he was like, Nitori, daddy, and I would be like, nope, I'm out. I am out. So yeah, if you want to see me cry on a show, you'll probably want to read a daddy fic.
So suggest one.
Yeah. Hey, leave a suggestion and we will read it. So put that down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. If you could rate this fiction of 1 to 5 peaches, what would you rate it?
3.5.
3.5.
I like it.
To get a little generous, I would have been like 3 tops.
I love it so much. I love it.
All right, so this fic gets
tops.
This fic gets a couple peaches. That's all I care about. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so because we have awesome new content coming out every week. And until next time, you need to stay awesome and read more smut.
That we can finally say again because we're reading smut again.
Smut!
Instead of...
He put his thingy in my thingy and we did a thingy. Okay,
He put his hardness in my thingy.
By the way, this is me waving goodbye. So, bye!
Bye, I guess. Do you like...
Kill it. Kill it with fire.